Next, we have Salam_Let's Talk. Feifei. Salam_Let's Talk.
Salam_let's_talk.
Yes, sorry. Oops. Unless you're on YouTube, and then there's no underscores. If you find her on YouTube, it's just Salam, Let's Talk. And y'all must call her Faiza, because only I am allowed to call her Feifei.
Yes,
That's
I made
the
that
rules.
mistake once.
Oh, did you call her Feifei?
Waited. Yeah, you were on the live and just the
I don't
drama.
remember.
Yeah, because I was in
remember.
the chat and just typed it, and there was sudden uproar.
Yeah, nobody gets to. It is my special privilege and only mine. But so this is Untitled by Feifei. Learning sweet and bitter tongues she prepared, mending visible and unseen cracks, she truly cared, choosing with caution to tick all boxes right, but invisible boxes kept appearing. 'Twas never meant to be a fair fight. But she didn't know, and she didn't think it would matter. But she also didn't know every book was written by the Mad Hatter. Yet he's not as mad as the rest of them, impoverished yet so rich in her own realm. She planted each sapling of her dreams lovingly, not living to see them torched years later, very intentionally. Did she die to be spared of the grief this world would have given her? The hatters and splatters changed rules and names in every matter. No reason or rhyme to suffice, specifically deafened ears to Lattery and Saber cries. They did because they could and would continue to do so. We didn't because kindness, respect, and trust were also our motto. So the ladders will be spread thickly on charred toast. Every daft storm only serves to clear all coasts.
Interesting. There's
So
also something written in quite a nice way that is maybe referring to slightly darker things than it seems.
yes, and that's what Feifei really loves to do is put like a fairy tale, timey, rhymey twist on the dark so that it's nursery rhyme-esque. But you want to read it. Tommy's given the hearts, purple hearts. Yeah, I like the way that she does things like that, and she's got her rhymes and stuff in there because it does make you want to read it more because it seems safe and there's rhythm to it. Not that I did the rhythm well, and it just makes you go, "Ooh, what's this story?" But then the more you read it, like, wait a minute, that's not as nice as it sounds. That's pretty horrific.
Pretty much the essence of nursery rhymes and fairy tales anyway, isn't it? So it's quite a nice sort of contemporary way of working that old-fashioned way of storytelling.
It is, and I like that
contemporary events and modern culture.
Yeah, I agree. And I like that she used the Mad Hatter and Neverland. I like that she used the Mad Hatter and Wonderland references because so much of what she writes and stuff is quite cuckoo crazy. And we do go off into
yes, when you two get together, it's almost terrifying. The fantasy lands that you create is quite intimidating. I think it's because there's something, but I think the way you have it so kind of seemingly visualized, it almost sounds like you're talking about a real place that you've been to. It's just sort of inspiring and worrying at the same time. You guys know that it's not actually. It's like, yeah, it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's just because we started it so many years ago that it just kind of got firmly, this is this, and this is this, and this is this, and then we can just, many times when we're writing, the other person has no idea what we're talking about or writing. We just kind of play into it and then feed off of it. And I think to people who aren't aware of what's going on, it probably looks more laid out than it actually is, if that makes sense. I don't know. I wonder what other people see when they look at it.
It looks like there's more structure to it.
Yeah, when it's really just off the cuff, totally. Um, but I like the way that she does use it because she uses it a lot to talk about Palestine or other important topics, just like she's talking about important topics in this.
Yeah.
But you don't pick up on that unless you read into it. And so that allows the story to come through and tug at your heartstrings without whatever the current event sides are.
I think, yeah, I think it works on sort of various levels depending on your understanding and how much you are reading it. So you can just sort of skim through it and get the general gist of it, or you can pick little bits out. It's like, oh, actually, I see how that relates to this going on.
Yes.
Or I
Yeah.
imagine you could dive quite deep and see how calculated she's been about sort of
Yes,
double
about every
meanings and
line.
metaphors. Hmm.
Yes. And I do like that she always brings up the emotions in. She's asking you to care or saying, look how much this particular person in the poem cares.
Hmm.
Feel how this would affect them. So
Impoverished yet
I
so
like that.
rich in her own realm. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Uh, so thank you, Feifei. It's gorgeous. I
it's
like it.
very nice. Thank you, Faiza.
That's correct.